What we dreaming? Are we dreaming? Are we dreaming? Are we dreaming?
Okay, so hi guys, this is MissLollypop and welcome back to another video from me, or welcome to my channel if you are new. So in today's video we're actually going to be doing a creator sim that I have done a very long time ago. I think it must have been about a month ago now. So basically I made this sim after I saw a little bit of inspiration just on Instagram and things like that. I saw some people with makeup and just different sort of things that I was looking at on Instagram, and I saw this specific person. And I really liked the sort of style that they had and the look that they had on Instagram. So I went ahead and, used them as inspiration for this sim in terms of like facial shape, quite the wide jaw and the big lips. And that was kind of how far I went with the whole, Instagram thing. Just because I struggle to make sims that look like other people. I struggle to make sims that are replicas of other people. And plus, considering they're a sim that I'm going to use, I don't really like doing that anyways. So I'm kind of glad that I stuck to, what I was happy with. And I ended up changing the sim by quite a lot. But you see, as we go through this video, I really was struggling quite a lot to make her the way that I wanted her, because I was trying to copy this person from Instagram, and it ended up just being totally wrong. So in the end I just sort of took my own drive and decided what I wanted to do with her. And overall I'm really happy with how she came out and the type of sim that she is. So obviously I should probably go ahead and give you a little bit of backstory. So of course this is Gabrielle Fox. Her aspiration is that she is a serial romantic. Her traits are that she is jealous, she is romantic, and she is a natural singer. And in terms of a little backstory that I wrote for her, because she is up on my gallery, if you guys want to go ahead and download her, I will post her, or she is already linked, so you guys can go ahead and use my gallery name, pop that in on your game, and obviously select include custom content for her to show up. So the description that I gave with her is: Gabrielle is a stunning brunette who has a talent for romance. Whenever she walks, she turns head from men whose jaws drop and their wives are green with envy. Because of this, she is very jealous and wants full attention from her toys she has at the time. Normally, more than 3. Alongside this, she is very talented at singing, and her normal hookup venue is the karaoke bar where she can meet men and sing her heart out. So, in terms of obviously a hobby that she has, I'd say, she ends up going to the karaoke bar quite often, and while she's there, she of course goes ahead and meets some men. She hooks up with them, she takes them back to her apartment fairly often, and she normally has 3 going at once. So she normally has, quite a few on, at one time. She normally obviously doesn't tell them about each other, she keeps them all secret from each other, and normally she just keeps them there, to play with, to toy with, to hook up with booty calls, and that's kind of it. And then once she's done with them, she sort of just lets them go and lets them get on with their lives whilst they're stuck there thinking that she really did love them. So she is a little bit of a heartbreaker. I'd say a little bit. No, she's definitely a heartbreaker. She is a bit savage like that. But she is she's definitely a really good potential for a sim to work with. Maybe you guys could go ahead and download her, see what you can do with her. Maybe eventually she'll end up being a family woman. Maybe she just needs this bit of time in her life. Maybe she's been hurt and that is the reason that she treats everybody like we don't actually know. So go ahead and play out her story for me, and you guys can see where she goes. Obviously a lot of these creator sims I do, I never get a chance to use these sims, so it would be nice if you guys could play out her story, because I know that we were using this sim in the Gold Digger series that I've got as my membership only live stream series that I do. But obviously if you guys have got any sort of different storylines that you want to follow with her, then absolutely go ahead and download her and use her and see what you want to do with her. So yeah, that was kind of it for the creator sim. When I went into the creator sim, as I said, I was going for the whole Instagram look, and then I kind of changed, and she developed her own style. Her body shape specifically, I had a body shape in mind, that I really liked, and then all of a sudden it ended up changing as soon as I put clothes on her, because just the clothing, the way that it fitted her body was a bit weird for me. And then you can see now I'm adjusting her skin, because the issue that I had is she's not the most skinniest sim. Like, she's not like super skinny, although she has a really small waist. I don't think that you'd be able to see her ribcage, and the skin that I was using on her had her ribcage showing, and it was like really defined. So I ended up having to play around with her skin, because I was going to have her have like her midriff out, or like above her dress, or above her skirt, sorry, out, and all I could see was these like ribs, and this rib cage that I didn't think, you know, you would be able to see normally. So I was going ahead and playing around with her skin, and in the end I ended up settling for this one that she's got on right now. And yeah, overall I'm really happy with how she came out, and I think she is a really good potential for a different kind of sim to use. So I'm really happy with her. I'd love to be able to take her into my own game and play around with her, but obviously a lot of the time if I'm going to be going into The Sims, it's for recording, or it is for, you know, live streaming purposes. The issue that I find now being a YouTuber, because obviously I've only technically been back to YouTube in October, so October of last year, so I've only been back for a year basically. So I kind of feel like I'm a little bit new to this again. The thing that I find is I can't go in and enjoy my game anymore. Like, as I know it sounds really unfortunate, but I can't just go into The Sims and sit and play and enjoy what I want to, just because I feel so bad, because I go and I go and I play this household, and I'm thinking, wow, this would be such a good series, like people would really want to see this, or I wonder if people, you know, would really want to see this sim, or I wonder if they want to see their life. And it's like I feel bad for playing my own game thinking that, you know, you guys would want to see it, or it'd make for like a really interesting video for you guys to watch. So yeah, I struggle to go into any game realistically without recording. I think the only game that I can go in and record, the only game that I can go in and play without recording is League of Legends. And I think because that's been my thing, like that's like pretty much the only game that I've gone and played without recording. So for that one, I can just go in and play and not record and chill, which is why I suppose I play that game, you know, fairly often during the week, because it's just my time to relax and chill and not record, which, to be honest, I would love to be recording like all the time, but it does take it out of you, and you do get tired. Like, after you've sat there and recorded the whole entire day, it makes you really tired, especially considering recording isn't just a case of you record and then that's it. You've got to record, then you've got to edit, then you've got to upload, all the most annoying things about recording. But either way, here I am yapping on about my life and being all, you know, oh, my life's so bad, you know, being a YouTuber. No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean it like, it's just difficult, because I know that like most people could load up the Sims game, and most people could go and spend 10 hours playing Sims on a weekend, which I could absolutely do before. I just find that I can't do that anymore. Like, I can't go into The Sims and play it. But I've always had that thing with The Sims 4. Like, I feel like with The Sims 4, I need to be able to follow a story. And then as soon as I've got a good story that I want to follow, I think, wow, this would make for a really good video. Whereas with The Sims 3, it did play out a lot like itself. Like, what's a good way of describing this? So with The Sims 3, The Sims 3 would sort of play its own story out. Like, your Sims would automatically be attracted to another Sim. Your Sim would automatically do this. If your Sim, you know, had an affair, they would automatically make their other partner jealous if they saw. There's loads of different things with The Sims 4, with The Sims 3, where the story would sort of play out itself, and I found that it was a lot easier for me to play without recording. Whereas in this, like in The Sims 4, I feel like the stories have to be forced a lot more. Like, you have to force a story and then sort of play it out and play along with it, which when I go and I make up a story and I think, wow, I think this is a really good story, I'd love to record it. That's my issue. Like, I think, wow, this is a good story, this would be interesting for people to watch, and then I just can't play it myself. I can't play out the game myself. And The Sims 3 was completely different, which, speaking of, the reason why I ended up bringing all of this up, because obviously we're in the middle of doing some stuff, so you guys can just watch the Creator Sim in the background and just listen to me ramble, because I love a good Creator Sim ramble. Basically, I went ahead and reinstalled all of my Sims 3s. I uninstalled them a few years ago, and you know, the game just didn't run well. I had it on my new computer, and I was thinking, wow, this, you know, I bought an amazing computer, you know, I've got loads of really good, you know, components in my computer. It's definitely going to run it. And then I load the Sims 3 up, and I'm like, why is this game not running on my computer? But honestly, The Sims 3, it was just a bit of a mess. Like, The Sims 3 did just run like a bit of a mess, and I found that it ran better on older computers than it did on newer computers. Now, I went and loaded up my Sims game, and again, it was stuttering. Like, I loaded up The Sims 3, I, downloaded all my major mods, like NVIDIA mods, and, story progression, and the ones that I couldn't play The Sims 3 without before. And I just found that it was stuttering again. And then I looked over, because I never normally have my FPS counter on, but I had OBS on at the time, so it does show your FPS counter. I went ahead and loaded into the game and realised that I was getting 300 frames, which on a game like The Sims 3 is actually bad to get. You shouldn't be getting that many frames. The reason is because my graphics card is outputting too many frames. Like it's overproducing the frames, and obviously your monitor would never receive that many frames anyways, because your monitor is a certain amount of hertz. But either way, we don't need to go into the technicalities of it. The idea is that The Sims 3 was producing too many frames. The graphics card was doing too much work. So I was thinking, well, what if I went and made The Sims 3 force to VSync, which would basically mean that the game would force itself to run at 144 frames per second, which is the hertz of my monitor, which is the only amount of FPS that, or the amount of frames that I could see per second. It makes sense overall, okay? Just hear me out, So I go and I turn on VSync, I load up The Sims 3. What did it do? It completely stopped all of that annoying stuttering, and I am living for it, and I think I might have to go back and play The Sims 3. I actually posted on Twitter, and you guys said that you wanted to see a new series, so honestly, I don't really know where I'm going to go with that, but I have done rambling enough. We're actually coming to the end of this video, so I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the end, let you watch, the screenshots and stuff, the pictures that I took of her, and I really hope you guys like Gabrielle. Definitely go ahead and head over to my gallery to go ahead and download her. She is definitely one of my favourites. But as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I get around to them as soon as I can. And if you are new, it would be awesome if you could subscribe, because obviously it helps our little family grow. And if you just want to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button, you get notified every single time I upload, which means you never miss one of my uploads. And I love you all, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye guys!
Still, every time, whatever it is, I keep on trying. 'Cause it ain't hard to forgive when you know what it's like. That's why I'm better with